Excuse me. I swear I can't win with this fan. Let me move my mic. In fact, I'm gonna mute it. That should be a little better, maybe? No, that's just as bad. Okay, yeah, that's better. Now you're gonna hear me move my mouse a lot. Ugh, I can't win. Is this better? Sort of. It's a little better anyway. That's freaking obnoxiously close. That's still bad. I can't freaking win. I give up. I don't know what's causing the background noise. I don't know how to fix it. That didn't solve anything. I was doing so well until I turned that stupid fan on. I'll turn it off. That's not the problem. Is it? I don't know. Either way. Whatever. I don't know how to resolve this unless... No? There we go. So now you should only be able to hear it when I'm speaking. Is it decent? Like I'm not cutting out weird or anything? There still might be some background noise, but whatever. Okay, good. Maybe I can fix it with this then. Okay. Okay, how's that? I have my fans going. I'm nice and cooled off, but hopefully you can actually still hear me. Okay, awesome. Now I finally get to try and play this game. And I'm gonna watch the intro because I've never seen it. So is this intro different than the original version of it? Okie dokie. How do I... Where are my options? I know I have options. Wait. Wait. There we go. Let's try 7. God damn it, no. Give me the... There. Is that better? Okay. Shoot. I'm gonna need... this freaking music. And yeah, I remember that much. And I do remember that Persona 3 FES or FES or whatever you want to call it. I do remember that that was a thing. So, if I pick the girl, are things going to be more difficult or something? But I already have an idea of how his story goes because I watched the movies. Like, what are the actual differences? I'm very curious. I know, if that's really the case. I wish I could... Can I still... No, I need, Ah, that sucks. Hold on, I need to see... Oh, shush, Skype. Yeah, I don't think I can adjust it. Okay. It just seemed really weird that they put it as, like... Yuki is good for new players, but yet the female protagonist is good for veterans or people that already know the... Or it just worded it in a way that it sounded like the difficulty was ramped up for the girl, that's all. Ah, okay. So basically, I need to turn that off, I'm sorry. Okay. Mm-hmm. Give me a sec. I want to turn off the cursor. Excuse me. I'm very sorry. Okay. This freaking music is gonna get to me. As we've discovered with PSO music, very calm, melancholic music gets to me. Okay, so in other words, I just have to worry about the fact that this is basically an alternate telling. There is no other difference other than who you interact with and like maybe some little bits and pieces of the game, like story-wise, correct? Okay. Okay. I see. I want to. Yes. Yes. For players without time to devote to battle tactics, battles are less difficult than normal mode and you may restart up to 10 times. I see. I was gonna say that I played... Okay. I was gonna say that I played Persona 4 Golden on normal. But I know that... right. I remember you explaining how this game works and that it's much harder. So I wasn't sure about doing normal on this game. Well, consider that I grinded a lot before going into dungeons and stuff, so I was way over leveled for a lot of it. So normal was okay, but but this game doesn't have the leniency that 4 does, correct? I didn't find Persona 4 to be all that difficult, even going on normal. Oh, I was just saying that this game doesn't have the same leniency that Persona 4 does, correct? Then maybe this first time I'll actually go on easy. Because I am a little intimidated by how this game sounds as far as difficulty goes. Also, you wouldn't want to happen to, like, even just jump in a call so I can screen share or anything, do you? Just so you get to see the screen sooner or whatever? Ow. Okay. What the heck is Maniac? I didn't even read that. Oh, that sounds awful. I don't want to start yet because I don't feel like I'm completely ready. Like, I'm not prepared for it. And I want to make sure that everything else is, like, settled and, like, we're just ready to continue. Ow. I think I can screen share through Skype. Yeah, that's... take your time. I'm fine. And sorry to anyone else who's watching. I'm trying to, like, figure things out and make sure that this is exactly how I want it to go or whatever. And yes, I admit I'm kind of stalling to play the game. Ow. And no, as it turns out, to anyone, well, I know Box is watching. Anyone else that's in the chat, no, the girl is not more difficult. It's just the story's different because characters treat her differently, and as the male character, you can obviously, like, as the male character, you can obviously go into, like, relationships with the females. If I recall, at least that's how at least that's how 4 worked. But then you can do relationships or whatever with the guys if you play as the girl in this. And this is, like, the only game so far where you have the option, if I recall right. Oh my god. Skype has a very strange noise. Hello? Ow.
Hello?
Hello? Hold on. I need to adjust this. Give me just a second. God damn it. No. Okay, there we go. That's better. Wow, that got really loud all of a sudden. Hello?
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 Hi? Can you hear me?
Hello? Okay. Oh,
Yes? What?
Hello?
Hi?
Hello?
Hello?
No, but I think that's on me. I think this one's on me. Pretty sure this one's on me.
Sorry, we are trying to figure out this call.
So I'm going to end the call, and I'm going to start it again.
My goodness. Is there a way that I can test my... No! Stop it! No! I'm so sorry! I spammed the freaking button. This is supposed to be like sort of smooth sailing. I wonder, I hope it's not that my mic is being used already. Just been sitting here with this really lovely music for a while. Why in the heck do I have this emote? Why? I have a bag of memes.
Testing.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Can you
can.
hear my fan?
No.
Cool. How do I video share?
Whoa.
Oh.
Sure. Let's do this. And I'm gonna make this big.
Okay.
Can
Bigger is... Yes.
Can
yes,
you
I
see
can.
it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, bigger is better.
Okay.
Please pray to God that they can't see my desktop because it's cluttered with windows.
No, they can't.
Cool. Then I'm going to look up bullshit about P3P.
In fact, I'm going to... I actually can't see your side of the screen. I don't think it's sharing yours.
Sick. Because I don't want you to be able to see what I'm looking at.
That's fine. I don't want to
'Cause
see
I'm
what you're looking at anyway.
Good. I'm looking at all the female protag art that hasn't been made because she's not canon. The most beautiful baby girl is not canon. Mostly I've been trying to figure out what the heck her decided name is.
That's what I was
doesn't
gonna
really have
ask.
She doesn't have... she's got a lot of different names that people have coined.
Okay.
But she does not have an official name because she's never been seen in, like, official media outside of P3P. The only thing I'm finding is on the Mega 10 wiki is Kotonome Shiomi.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only because there was a stage play that she was in.
I see.
But otherwise, I'm hearing a lot of Arisato Minato, which is kind of what people have been going for the main protag before he was officially given a name, because he was never given a name until the movie.
Right.
And you know, P3 had been out for years. Before that.
Isn't his decided name Yuki?
Makoto Yuki.
Yeah. Okay.
I might have that backwards.
Well, either way.
First name Makoto, last name Yuki, which is always strange to me because I've never seen a last name as Yuki.
So I want to test how far behind my screen share is.
Sure. Hi, I'm Rio, by the way. No one... Nah,
yeah.
I should probably introduce myself. But yeah, go ahead for a sync test. I am looking at Skype.
Just let me...
You're on easy. You are on yes.
Yeah, let me know when it goes to no.
You're at no.
Okay, cool. So that's pretty instant, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yes, this is Rio, to anybody who does not know who he is. Longtime friend.
I'm a good friend, bestie's friend. Always taught her how to dress herself, taught her how to make macaroni and cheese, life guidance. I told her that Santa Claus was real. We just didn't find him. And we didn't search hard enough. We have to look inside of ourselves, and that's where Santa is. Did you know if you rearrange the letters for Santa, you get Satan, who is also inside of us?
Oh my god. Well, let's see. I guess I'm gonna start then.
Yes. Yeah, so Minako Arisato, and then Hamoko Arisato. That seems to be the coined female protagonist name.
Can you paste those into Skype for me?
Yes. But you could probably just go with, I mean, really, you could go with Makoto Yuki.
Mm-hmm.
That's the nice thing about Persona is generally the names and what have you of characters are kind of gender neutral for the protags whenever their protags are given names.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shame. I was oh hey, you do have, oh no you don't.
Hmm?
That sucks.
What?
So that is true. I kind of thought it was not true, but one of the big differences between the PlayStation 2 version and PSP version is there are no anime cutscenes, because you were playing this on an UMD, which if you didn't know, for all you kiddies out there was this old ancient handheld device, almost as old as a Game Boy, called the PlayStation Portable. And Sony thought they were really clever by not making it play cartridges, unlike, of course, its little brother, the PlayStation Vita, our most beloved and dustiest child, because no one plays it. So the PlayStation Portable played UMDs, which stood for Universal Media Disc. It was a piece of crap. It was a tiny little disc encased in a plastic casing that went into the PlayStation Portable that made it so everything loaded really, really, really slowly, and you could only fit so much onto it. Yeah, it could support 3D models and wonderful music, unlike the Game Boy Advance and DS. However, you still had to compress a whole bunch. So they took the PlayStation 2 game of Persona 3 and crushed it down to be a PSP. So the big thing that you're losing out on are no 3D environments, no anime cutscenes.
I just put it in my head.
Let's see. Let's see.
Pull the trigger. No chickening out.
Let's see. Going from the wiki, so we cite our sources. Oh wait, this little girl's about to commit suicide. Shh, let's watch. But you have to. You literally have to. You don't sissy out when you're put a gun to your head. That always usually shows a sign of how serious you are. Alright, it's a shame that I thought of it only now, but I wanted to put a gif of Makoto summoning a persona like Jack Frost and be like, my feel and my fever breaks. I might still do that, but I'm gonna need some time. When you've been sick all day with a fever in bed and finally your fever breaks. Put a gun to your head and summon Jack Frost. Okay, anyway, so we're going from the Wikia for P3P. Persona 3 Portable is a port of Persona 3 released for the PlayStation Portable. It can also be played on the PlayStation Vita and PlayStation TV via the PlayStation Store through backwards compatibility. In many ways, it can be considered an enhanced port due to its new additions and content. However, in other ways, it can be considered an inferior port for many reasons. It lacks 3D environments and character models outside of Tartarus. All anime cutscenes are gone, graphics and audio quality were compressed, although there is a HD UI mod. The Answer, or Episode Aegis in the Japanese version, is a story exclusive to Persona 3 FES, and is not available in P3P due to limited storage space on the UMD. Because of this, P3P does not necessarily replace PlayStation 2 version. The game allows you to choose the gender of our protagonist, which possibly opens up new routes and scenarios in the game. The male route is the canon route. The theme of the game revolves around the butterfly effect, reflecting the changes that could happen should the player pursue the path of one protagonist over another. The Latin phrase memento mori, which translates to remember your mortality, remember you must / will die, as shown in the opening sequence. This was released in November of 2009 in Japan, and then America had to wait way later on until July 2010 to play it. And poor Europe had to wait an entire 6 months after that to play it, April 2011.
Wait, so when did it release in Japan?
It released in Japan 2009. This game is almost 10 years old.
Wow.
Which means Persona 3 is easily 10 years old.
Wow. Also, for anyone that can hear the stream and whatever, is the game quiet enough so that it's not drowning out Rio? I didn't think to ask that until now.
I actually can't hear the game, but I don't think I'm supposed to be able to hear the game.
No, I'm not sharing sound, because I don't know if it'll actually pick up your mic, is the thing. I know that on Discord I could share the game with its sound and not have your mic, but I didn't want to demand that you go over to Discord.
Well, next time.
Yeah, we can do that next time. Okay. How do you say their school's name again?
Gekkokan.
Okay.
Gekkokan High School.
This is the dorm mentioned in your admission pamphlet.
Welcome. You're late. I've been waiting
Oh, wow.
long.
Oh god.
Hey, you're
I remember you.
well, come on, leave Pharos alone. Good kid. He's here to teach you about the first arcana you should learn. Also, sign this contract. We've updated our private policies. We're just going to tell you exactly how we're going to share your personal information over the internet. It's nothing you need to panic about, but we do want you to sign this user agreement.
Alright.
Alright, now the most important part of the game. Enter your name.
You only sent the
Oh man,
one.
you're already screwing it up. Alright. Speed run.
No, it's fine.
Persona 3 Portable. Type in your name %.
Is that first name or is it Arisato?
It should be Hamoko. Question mark.
Where? Okay. Can I actually not delete? Like, do I have to? Okay, there we go. Because I think I actually want to go with the other name. I want to go with Makoto Yuki. Makoto first name?
Yeah, Makoto's first name. Because that's consistent with all of them. That's all the same.
So I don't know. I prefer Makoto Yuki to Hamuko.
Time is something no one can escape. It delivers us all to the same end. Wishing won't make it go away, and so
Do you-
it begins.
Yes.
Do you understand this game's theme? You can't escape time. Time is ever marching forward.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that unknown boy melt into the darkness.
How can you be? But it's.
How can
Don't
you?
tell me.
But it's. Don't tell me. Did you paint the walls green? Is it just me, or is it really green in here?
Wait.
Also, I'm holding a gun. Don't panic.
Oh, hi.
Hey, I'm literally the best waifu ever. Don't mind me though.
Oh, whatever.
Literally rank 1 and rank 2 waifus. If everything under rank 1 was trash can tier. Sorry,
Jesus.
Kari, you were in the
I'm one of the
garbage.
students who live in the storm.
Who's she?
She's a transfer student. It was a last-minute decision to assign her to
Oh,
it.
that's cute.
She will eventually be moved to a room in the normal
So,
ward.
for if you were playing the male character up in the corner where it says your date and time of day,
Uh-huh.
it's pink now instead of blue.
I noticed that.
Is it okay for her to be here?
I guess we'll see.
I guess this is kind of weird because you can't actually hear the game.
No, but
This is
voice
Yukari
acting
Takeda.
aside, it's fine. And
She'll be a junior this spring, just like
I've
you.
played through this game once and watched the movies. I really enjoyed it. I never went back to play it a
I'm Yukari.
second. I played through like half of it.
Why do you have a gun?
Is this a normal dorm? Like, where's the dudes at? No, seriously, where are the dudes?
My natural choice would really just to say nice to meet you, but I really want to do why do you have a gun?
Alright, I mean, it's your choice. This is your choice. Time marches forward. Oh, this? It's sort of like a hobby. It's not a hobby, but like, you know, these days, little girls like
It's not a
me
real gun, of
have
course.
a gun in
It's
case.
getting late.
It shoots pepper
You'll find your
spray.
room on the
It looks like an actual gun, but it shoots pepper spray. It's
The
really
game should
late,
already be there. I
and
suggest you tuck in.
you know, I should probably go to bed.
Show you the way.
Follow me. Get my gun.
This is it.
There it
Easy to
is. Here's your
remember,
room.
huh? Since it's
Don't
right
you
at
ever
the
say
end of the
Mitsuru's
hall.
prettier than
So,
me, or else I'll
any
have to use my
questions?
gun.
Uh,
Where are the boys? Kari-chan, where are the boys at?
What are you talking about? Come on.
Kari-chan, I met a boy. He had really blue eyes. He was so hot. Oh my god. He's the one who made the room.
why are you
gas.
speaking for my character?
I'm sorry. It seems like Kari doesn't understand what you're talking about. Oh my god, if this girl literally asks you, can I ask you something? Have you ever thought about shooting yourself in the head?
Oh my god!
You know what I... Never mind.
No, I wouldn't be asking if I did. Jesus Christ.
It seems like you're all right. Well, I better get going.
Are you sure I'm alright? I just asked about something that you basically sounded like I was being crazy over.
She definitely.
Let's save them for later, okay?
Hey, why do you have a gun in your own home?
Good night.
All right, cool.
Well, this was a
Get
great
gun.
meeting.
Where's my gun?
Yeah, where's my gun?
You don't get one. You totally don't get one. You don't get one until like your third week here. Okay, unfortunately, or maybe this will help speed up the process. So there is no moving around with a model in
that's-
this game. It plays kind of like a visual novel where you just highlight areas of interest.
Okay. That's disappointing, but it's fine.
Well, it was the only way you can play as a girl.
So that's menu.
That's your menu. You don't have the entirety of your menu yet.
I
'cause
can't save
we're not
yet.
there. No. I mean, and also there really wouldn't be a point of saving. Not yet. Or go to press your buttons again. reflects your face. No, because you only save at save points. There's no
Oh.
save point here.
Well,
At least
all right
not yet.
then.
Not yet. Can't save in your room. You gotta save at the.
What did the
desk
mirror
downstairs.
say?
Yeah, the mirror reflects your regular face.
What face?
off.
Okay.
I'm still me.
This isn't Undertale.
Despite it all, I still really like Persona.
I
Tired.
I
Go to
don't
bed.
I don't wanna.
No, go to bed. Go to bed.
Fine. So this actually has an official like in-game year of 2009, huh?
Correct. Which they
Good morning.
really shouldn't have.
Did you sleep okay?
It really
Your
dates
senpai asked
the
me to
game,
take you to
and it
school.
makes sense because you do use
Are you ready
a.
to go?
So you'll notice in Persona 4, if you remember, characters in that game use cell phones,
Mm-hmm.
but they're all flip phones
Right.
because that game takes place in like 2011
Right.
or something. In Persona 5,
Okay,
everyone's
let's go.
using smartphones.
Ah.
Apps.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
That game, I think, takes place
You have to
seemingly
take the monorail
like
to get there.
3
Bet your
years
last
after
roll
the
wasn't
events
like
of
that, huh?
Persona 4,
Mhm.
because they make mention of Chie and Naoto. Chie graduates high
This is
school
my
and is now in the
favorite
police
part.
academy as a
It feels
junior
like you're
detective.
gliding over the sea.
Mm.
So that's how things worked out for her. She graduated high
Excuse
school.
me.
She went immediately to the police academy,
Stop is
Mhm.
and
the
Naoto
station
continued
at
to
the end of
be
the line.
detective.
Excuse me.
But now she is, though she
Have
is
you ever heard of
out
Tatsumi
about her
Port
gender.
Island? It's a
Mhm.
man-made island. They built
Um,
her school right in the middle.
She's out about her gender, but still goes by the moniker of Detective Prince.
Ah. Okay.
And then Yukiko stayed in town, and now she's running the
Oh, look,
hotel.
you can see it
Mhm.
now.
So, yeah, it's funny. It's strange because like it happens inside conversations. You don't even get to actually see the character, except for a poster of Rise.
Morning.
Hmm.
Well, here
So
we are.
you don't even know what those other characters look like. And then of course, in Persona
Welcome
4
to Gekukan High.
Arena, you
You're
get to
gonna
see
love
what
it
these
here.
other Persona 3 characters look like older, because now
Right.
Mitsuru and Akihiko are basically adults. In fact, I won't spoil what happened because you've probably played Ultimax. You see that Yukari is like wearing a Power Ranger outfit because she becomes an
Right.
actress.
Right.
She's an actress now.
And isn't the biggest change kind of Ken?
Yeah, because he's a kid in this game, and now he's
Mhm.
like he's around the investigation. He's slightly younger
Here, right?
than the investigation team.
Mm-hmm.
You should go see your homeroom teacher first. The faculty office is right there to the left. And that concludes the tour. Do you have any questions?
Very important choice.
I think they're posted on the bulletin board, but I haven't checked yet either. Hey, about last night, don't tell anyone what you saw, okay?
Why?
Don't tell anybody that I have a gun. That I brought guns. Oh man,
Don't bring guns to school!
Sorry.
Oh my god!
See you later.
No, man, this is not a great time to play this game.
Great timing!
We are not in a political environment. Fucking playing that game. Oh shit, there goes the best girl right there.
What?
The only because I was still trying to understand how dating and relationships worked in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The only girl I successfully dated and what have you was a girl talking to that guy right there. She is a social link, potentially. That, I think in the original version of P3, you could only date one girl at a time. It would actually lock you out.
So what the... Oh, that's the entrance.
That's the entrance. You can talk to those people.
So you can talk to basically anybody in here.
I don't think so, because let's try to select anyone who doesn't have a title.
Sure, let's see what your problem is.
Great, I have the worst teacher ever. There's no need to post the name of the kids who are going to be in our class. I mean, we'll never see them again after we graduate anyway. My dad's rich.
What? I don't see my name.
Hey,
What should I do?
What should I do? I'm so nervous. We're in different
You look like
classes.
Yukiko.
You do? Okay. I don't want to. I do not want to spoil this, but I will say this because it is a missable thing, and I'm going to try to make sure if we continue playing this that I make sure you get it.
Uh-huh.
Yukiko appears in this game.
Are you serious?
Yes, and she's a little kid, and she is adorable.
Okay, you might actually have to... I'm gonna keep you to that to actually make sure that I see that then.
Alright, I will try. There are a couple things in this that are like shout-outs to other Atlas properties. So like Yukiko shows up. There is a place, a bar later on where you can see a character who eventually would become Vincent from Catherine.
I remember that. Let's see.
So you might want to go. Two students are talking. Hey, Kaz, why are you wearing your PE uniform? School just started. You really ought to find somewhere to change into some normal clothes. I guess. Okay, fine. Quit glaring at me like that. Hey, where's the bulletin board with the homeroos posted? It's right there. You're in class F, Kaz. It's like a grade point average. I'm in a different classroom, so I can't keep an eye on you. I worry about you sometimes.
There's this
So you might want to head to the bulletin board.
Right.
Oh man, you.
Oh god.
You are one overbite away from being King Moron.
Oh my god! I was just thinking that.
Yeah, man. Look at that CEO who made it into the game. They're like, one of our CEOs at Atlas look like this. Let's put him in the game.
Jeez.
I don't think my nerves can take this. I take Advil every day, so I have a reduced chance of a heart attack. Hi there, welcome.
Buy items.
Yeah, so you can buy items at this shop. But I would not buy anything yet because you need to make money.
Right.
But yes, do know that you can buy items at that vendor.
So if you want some, come early. I don't have any customers once school's out, so I can't sell that much.
So yeah, if the first thing that you do every morning is go in and see that shop, you can buy special bread. That's actually a pretty decent healing item.
Class rosters are posted.
You can't find your name.
Of course not.
Look for it again or give up.
Sure, look again.
There's a small note with your name on it. Ash was here, Gary's a loser. You look closer at your name and notice that Yukari Takeba is also on the list. I am about to mispronounce all these names.
It's fine.
So you're about to be in the same class as Yukari.
Of course.
That girl with a gun. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
So, go upstairs.
Am I able to?
Or maybe not go upstairs. Maybe you don't go upstairs. Maybe you go down the hall.
Okay, there's 2 directions, it appears.
It doesn't matter. The school's built in a circle, so it's fine.
Oh, alright then.
You should go to, you gotta go to the faculty office. So maybe that way.
Got it.
Don't worry. And just find out.
Why do you have a helmet?
A man wearing a kabuto who looks like a teacher is talking to a foreign male student.
Oh my
You
god.
see, every man must have a passionate samurai spirit within him. Our school, we encourage our students to think like samurai in order to accomplish great things for our nation. That is fantastic. Teachings of Bushin are important. They are now. Yes, you may not be a native of this land, but the spirit of the samurai flows through you just the same. I see you're having fun. Oh man, your eyes. Stop. You're staring into my soul and I don't like it.
It's just in one down the hall. Was that just another classroom? So that's the library. That's the nurse's office. That's the faculty office.
There you go.
Or I can
So
go
the
there.
faculty office has 2 doors.
Right.
Oh, are you the new student? 11th grade, correct?
Grade 11, right? Teacher is flipping through pages in a file.
Wow, you've lived in a lot of
Wow,
different
you've
places.
lived in a lot of places.
Let's see. In 1999,
Let's see, in 1999, that was
10
what,
years ago?
10 years ago? Your parents.
I'm
They
sorry.
won the sweepstakes. I'm
been
sorry.
so-
Lindsay, I didn't have time to read this beforehand. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Teach
I'm
composition.
I've
Welcome
missed
to our
Toriumi. I teach composition. Welcome to our school. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Sure.
Enthusiasm.
Such
We could use more
enthusiasm. We could
go-getters
use
like
more
you.
go-getters like you.
Have you seen the classroom assignment?
I don't feel so
You're in
bad that I,
2F.
you
That's
know,
my class.
plot points.
But first, we need to go to
You're
the
in class
auditorium.
2F. Don't
welcoming
worry. The
ceremony
2
will
is for
start
down to
soon.
front. That one got me. Thank you. Don't forget to tip your server.
I'm sure glad this is being recorded.
Man, don't worry. Could you imagine that? Pretty-eyed teachers and you at the faculty office reads over that your parents died 10 years ago, and they're like, don't worry, your classroom's in 2F. He leans in real close and pokes you on the nose. It's like, the 2F means downtown. Alright, go to the auditorium. The welcoming ceremony's there. Follow me. She's chassé.
Oh my god, okay,
Look at this
okay.
character design.
Jesus.
Alright.
I need to calm down.
You begin your new school year. I'd like each of you to remember the proverb. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well.
Do you just know the voices in this game or something?
No, this guy looks like this, therefore he's gonna have this voice.
Cause you sound almost exactly like it.
Oh, sorry. I don't have voice acting on this side.
It's okay.
I can't hear what these
No,
guys are
it's
saying.
okay.
Oh man, I've been acting out these voices.
It's
and nobody
okay.
can hear it?
Yeah, no,
Shit,
it's
why didn't
okay.
you tell me.
It's okay. I appreciate it because otherwise we wouldn't have stuff like what just happened.
Right, the student life. This means.
The principal continues with his speech. Huh? You can hear students around you whispering about something.
transfer student.
Yo, I heard we got a transfer student.
Yep.
Yo, I heard she's got a fat ass.
Oh my god!
Yep, I've seen her too. She came to school with Yukari. Yo, you think they're... I hear talking. I believe someone's talking about Toriumi's class. Shh, be quiet, you're gonna get me in trouble. Members of class 2F, please calm down. These 2Fers are so rowdy. Your first after-school session's about to begin.
Damn it!
Yes, the 2Fers. Yo, do you hear that transfer student's here? Yo, I heard she had a fat ass.
No, cause
Yukari, yo, do you think they're like scissoring on the side?
oh my
Yo,
god!
dude, you should ask them. Yeah, we're never gonna get through this game. What's up, dude?
You look like a
Ha,
deer in
you look like a deer in the
I
headlights.
know you.
Alright, so I'm not gonna speak over Junpei because Junpei is. I can't believe I never said this. English Junpei is voiced by Victor Mignogna, who is Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, Broly from Dragon Ball Z, and various other roles that are just super awesome. He is a wonderful voice actor. I have not met him personally, but I've been to plenty of his panels and had him sign some stuff and like talked with him briefly. He is a super, super good dude.
I know how tough it is being the new kid.
Yeah,
His performances in this is real good too.
I can definitely hear the Edward Elric in his voice.
You can't hear the Broly at all.
No.
I'm sure he feels way more comfortable doing this voice than
I thought
Broly.
I'd check up on you. Make sure you weren't freaking out on your first day.
Also,
At it again, huh?
notice how he called
Honestly,
you
is there any
dude.
girl you wouldn't hit on?
And obviously, this is different because you're a girl. Yukari wouldn't say this if you were a dude. Or maybe she would.
Did you ever think you might be bothering someone?
What? But I was just being friendly.
If you say
Just
so.
being friendly.
Anyway, some coincidence that we'd be in the
Walks away and is like, oh yeah, nice ass by the way. Gekkan high. Slaps you on the ass. That's a greeting.
Oh my god.
Everybody does it at Gekkan.
Okay,
Yes.
this all started with the freaking 2F thing, and now I can't stop thinking about it. That's what this entire stupid playthrough is gonna be now.
Yes. Definitely. Don't. I do want to see the art that comes out of this. This fucking school group with 2F, and they're just various moaning and doors closed.
Okay, I need to make a decision.
You need to make a decision.
Anyways.
I am currently looking up character voice actors.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yukari is voiced by Michelle. Off the top of my head, I know she is the voice of Yukari. Not Yukari. Yes, she is the voice of Yukari in Persona. She is also what I want to say. She is the voice of Rukia from Bleach. Wow, I didn't know she was the voice of Chi in Chobits, but it's been ages since I've seen Chobits.
Oh wow. I always forget about that show.
Let's see.
Some coincidence that we'd be in the same home. What would I pick? Trying to concentrate.
Oh my gosh. So Tsukihime was dubbed because she's the voice of Aquaid.
Oh, cool.
She's the voice of Robbie in Rose from Digicharat.
What was that?
If I'm pronouncing this right, Robbie and Rose from Digicharat.
Oh, did you carrot?
Yes.
She's... Who is she?
Robbie owned Rose. Robbie in Rose.
She's the bunny!
Yeah, I think she's the bunny.
Oh wow, I didn't even... That's another series that I never completely finished and I forgot about, but I was really into it. Like, at the initial part of meeting you and everybody else.
Yeah, I think I remember that. She's the voice of Carl Clover from Blaze Blue.
That's cool.
Yeah,
She's Luna from Sailor Moon.
Really?
Yeah. She's Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Super.
The original Sailor
Not
Moon?
the original. The Viz dub, so no. From
Okay.
2014, the redub.
Because
by
I was...
Viz Media.
I was gonna say, her voice doesn't sound familiar for me for Luna. But I remember probably the original Yuna, which had a very, like, kind of older, like, very mature woman voice.
Mhm.
So,
Huh, interesting. She is Saber, or was potentially the voice of Saber in Fate Stay Nights, one of the movies.
Come on, let me have the fun.
She's
By the way, do you guys know each
she's
other? I
Etna
heard you two
from
came to school
Disgaea
together this morning.
oh wow.
and Crimson Viper. How did I forget that? Wow, she's the new voice of Cream the Rabbit.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And Jill Valentine, Catherine with a K from Catherine.
A couple of cuties
Eliza
like
from
you
Skullgirls.
walking side by side. The whole class was buzzing about you.
Okay. I have to remember. I didn't watch the movies dubbed, did I?
Of what?
Of Persona 3.
No, because they're not dubbed yet.
Got it. Okay. I'm remembering Junpei's voice, like the Japanese voice tone. That's why this is throwing me off a little. Because that's going to throw me off, because I've explained this before. Once I hear characters in a certain... like, once I hear them with a certain voice, especially in another language, that kind of sticks with me. So this is a little weird, because I'm used to Junpei's voice being slightly lower.
Yeah, he's got a sort of a deep tone
Mm-hmm.
in Persona, like the Japanese Japanese version, and he's supposed to come off as kind of a yokel, sort of a
He's-
Kampachi.
He's in Persona Arena, though, isn't he?
Yes, so he is dubbed in Persona Arena, and he's still Vic.
I guess that I didn't listen to him a lot in there, because I recognize Yukari's voice, and it's fine to me. Junpei's hasn't stuck with me, though, from that, so I guess I just didn't hear him a lot.
From like the English dub. of
Yeah.
Yukari.
Yeah.
'Cause she's been on a lot, and she's probably been on a lot that you've heard.
Well, I also tried out Yukari a lot in Persona Arena.
She's kind of fun. I like her. She's kind of
So-
fun. But yes, Junpei is voiced by Victor Mignogna. He, as I love this, he was Vega in Street Fighter 2 V.
Hey, your nanny?
That was his debut role. Let's see.
And which was that?
It's the real bad one from. It's no one's watched it. It's terrible. It's
Okay.
absolutely terrible. But otherwise,
Well,
let's see.
just to clear
There's so
something
much
up,
of this that I
I'm
have
sure he
not
didn't come over here to
seen.
hit on you or anything.
He's
You
been
ever
on a
had
lot, but there's a lot that I haven't
Get
seen.
your old pal
Full Metal
Junpei
Alchemist
back.
Edward Elric. Look at all this stuff. Ah, man, there's so much stuff that I have not seen.
Well, I'll be seeing you around
Rosin
then.
Maiden, he's Mata Pearl.
Wait.
Rosin Maiden, which granted, I don't know if you've ever seen Rosin Maiden dubbed.
Rosen Maiden?
Rosin Maiden, whatever.
No, I never saw the dub. I watched it entirely in Japanese because it was well before it got dubbed, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it got dubbed, and he is Mata Pearl.
I don't know who that is.
He is
Which Rosen Maiden?
As far as I can tell, this is the original. I'll link you to who the character is.
Okay, because I want...
Oh, wow. No, I can't link you to who the character is because there's no hyperlink. So it may just not be it may be an inconsequential character.
Maybe just type the name? Because, yeah, I want to say... Well, no, I know for sure there was a basically reboot, sort of the series later, like, more recently, and it takes...
Madame Pearl.
I don't recognize that.
I don't think this is very important. This looks like a very inconsequential ass character.
If you can find a picture, just throw it my way or something.
It looks like
know.
there's only one picture.
Okay, that is...
Let's see. Yukito Kunisaki from Air. Nope, sorry, not. I saw. There we go. Sora Takeuchi from Air Gears.
Really?
Yeah, Sora Takeuchi from Air Gears in episode 13, 14, 15. So maybe a kid version of Sora. No? No? Founder of the original Sleeping Forest, the first king, Wind King,
Yeah.
the main protagonist.
Yeah, because
He is a
Sora...
grabbing child who wishes to fly to Sky Regalia.
Yeah, Sora basically looks like a older Iki.
Huh.
Because I want to say he's in a wheelchair?
So then that's probably who he voices. He voices that in 13, 14, 15. He's Ikaku Madarame from Bleach.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up later. I need to progress this game.
Please, by all means. Spirit Arbarn from Soul Eater.
Oh, wow.
Because he's Maka's dad.
Yeah, okay.
He's Maka's dad.
Check out the jocks on the run. Hey,
Grease
did
from
anyone tell you about
Italia.
the school clubs yet? Girls can join too, so why not do it if you're interested? You'd be joining as a new member.
He's Ko
so you won't be able to
Ichiro
apply for a
from
little while.
Persona 4.
I can't remember who that is.
He is one of the he's one of the sports club people.
So he's probably the one that I didn't
Yep.
talk to.
Oh wow, he's even a voice in Ruby.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this...
And he's the current voice of Sonic's Omega.
So I can save here. Neat.
Save there.
Wow, look at that fast saving, because I'm not actually playing on a PSP.
Because you're not playing on PSP. You haven't even heard your own character talk, because your character has a very, very prolific voice actor voicing her.
I only heard, like, very, very brief clips in the beginning, that's it.
Which, unfortunately, you shouldn't expect to hear any dialogue.
Right.
Other than battle cries. But, don't mind me. I'm just fooling around on the wiki. Just play through the game. Play.
Why do I have to go to bed all the time? I don't want to go to bed. No!
Go to bed. Oh, that's cute.
Hmm?
Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Yes?
Okay, sorry, this is really adorable. Alright, so Mitsuru is voiced by Tara Platt, who is married to Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh my gosh.
And Yuri Lowenthal is the voice of English Makoto Yuki.
Ah.
And seems like they got, at least if the wiki is anything, they got married in 2002, so they got married before this game. Which is adorable. And she is Tamari from Naruto, Caster from Fate Stay Night, Barasuisho from
Barasuisho. Yeah, Barasuisho.
Suisho from Rosemary Traumin.
Yeah, Rosen Maiden Traumand. God, and she freaking Barasuisho shouldn't even exist. That makes me sad.
She's in Agretsuko.
Who is she?
Washimi?
No way!
Which I need to watch. I don't have Netflix, but I need to watch Agretsuko.
I-
She's the crane.
Yes.
Crane?
I think she's a secretary bird, actually.
Secretary bird.
But
Is that an actual type of bird?
Yes, it is. They're very pretty. But I actually like her and what the hell is her name? Her and the gorilla. I really like their dynamic, and they were really cute.
Oh. Let's see.
Gory, that was her name.
She is the mom from Regular Show. She's in Ben 10. Yes. What? Your mind water. Yeah. What should you do today? So, okay, then I'll mention this. If you're ever feeling, so this is a thing. In this game, you also have states.
Okay.
So you can get sick, you can get tired, you can get a cold. And you'll see, if you study too much and don't sleep enough, you'll get sick and all your stats will go down and your performance will go down. If there are any tests, you'll do poorly on them automatically. If you get tired and still don't rest, you get sick and then you're completely useless. People will actually reject talking to you and you can't go explore the dungeon. But if you're feeling tired and go to the restroom, that has a chance of refreshing your status. Was that Monsieur? I'm busy right now. Sorry, could you come back later? Jacking it off. Jacking it off. Don't mind me, Mitsu. Yeah, I'm jacking it
Oh my
it off.
god. Newsroom. That's my room.
Setsuka from Soul Calibur. Tron Bonne. Wow, really? She's Tron Bonne from Marvel 3.
There's so many places.
Lots of TV roles. Man, I want to get into voice acting so bad. That would make me happy. I could die.
I know.
Feeling complete and fulfilled.
I'm going out for a bit.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm going out for a sec. Oh man, I feel real refreshed after jacking it. Have you seen the newspapers lately? I know.
People who had no problems before are suddenly
Oh, no,
developing
not
acute
apathy
cases of
syndrome.
I've seen it in the news quite often lately.
I don't really care about
They say
apathy.
it's due to stress,
I just, you know,
but
Yeah,
want to take a walk.
Has to be them. Otherwise, it's
Has
not
to be
worth my
them.
time.
you have a one-track mind. Will you be okay on your own?
Don't worry, I'm just getting.
Don't worry, I'm just getting a little practice.
This isn't a game, Akihiko.
Akihiko definitely has one of my favorite voice actors voicing him, which is Liam O'Brien.
Um.
Alright, right, let's see here. Liam O'Brien. Naruto, he's Gaara. Ghost in the
Frickin-
Shell, he's Gino.
Is he who voices Leviathan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is. Sailor Moon. Nephrite? I have no idea who Nephrite is.
Villain maybe?
Probably. Wolverine the X-Men, he was Archangel and Nightcrawler. In Avengers Assembled, he is Red Skull, Doctor Strange. Oh wow, you're not in as much anime. Well, no, you're in a ton of anime. You're in so much anime. You're just not in enough cartoons, and you're not in enough films. But video games, you're gonna be fucking everywhere.
That's not the
So, let's see.
time.
Devil May Cry 4, he's Sanctus. Darksider, he's War. In Nier, he's Grimoire Wise.
Okay.
Catherine, he's Orlando. In Dissidia Duodecim, he's Kane Highwind. Ashura's Wrath, he's Ashura. Skullgirl's Leviathan. He's a couple voices in Sonic. Because he's
Is he?
Zaz. Yeah, Sonic, yeah, he's Zaz and he's Infinite.
That's right.
He's Gil in Street Fighter 5.
So, this is our new guest.
Hello, new
That's
person.
funny.
My name is Shuji Ikutsuki. I'm the chairman of the board for your school. Ikutsuki. Hard to say, isn't
And
it?
Shuji
That's why I don't like introducing myself.
Shuji
Even I get tongue-tied
Ikutsuki.
sometimes. I apologize about the confusion regarding.
Make sure you laugh at his jokes. His jokes are funny.
However, it
Are
may
they?
take a while longer
They're
before
not.
you receive
They're
the follow-on
terrible.
assignment.
Almost as bad as his haircut.
Is there anything you'd like to ask?
Is there anything that you'd like to ask? Would you like to ask about my haircut? Or why I have such a huge forehead? If you're not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna idly blink at you. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I just have a nervous tick.
Saw something strange.
Nice ass, by
You
the
were
way.
probably just tired. It's bad for you.
Why do you people keep saying I was tired?
Because you're
you have
tired.
another
Something doesn't
question?
seem right. Do you have another question?
To welcome you, of course. Speaking of which, where's Mitsuru?
She's upstairs.
As diligent as always. Although it doesn't. Do you have another question?
Oh my god.
There were
Yes.
only 4
What's so funny?
students in this door. You, Yukari here, Mitsuru, and a senior named Akihiko Sanada. I hope you all get along. Do you have
I
another
hope you all get along.
Oh my god. I'm gonna get sick of. Do you have another question?
Do you have another question?
No.
I actually have to get going. My mother's very ill in the hospital.
Then I hope you have a
You're holding
successful
me up.
school year. Now, if you'll excuse
All right,
me,
look at his face right
you
now.
must
Tell
be
me that
tired
face
from
is
all the
creepy.
excitement. You should go to
Not
bed
that
early.
face.
Stop telling me to go to bed!
Say,
Go to bed.
early bird catches the
So I can
bookworm.
tell you.
No.
So I can tell you about all the Yeah, that face. Hey kiddo, you got a nice fat butt on you.
No! No!
You'll
Oh
get
my
used
god,
to
he's
his
looking
lame
at your
jokes.
butt again. Don't
No.
laugh at his lame jokes.
Stop it!
Alright, wait until you find out he has cameras in your room. Later, at a certain dormitory room,
Working hard?
jacking it and jacking it and jacking it off.
She went to bed a
Smacking
little
it,
while
whacking it, and jacking it
She's
off.
asleep now. Mr. Chairman, do you think she's...
Well, let's wait and see for now.
I completely forgot about this portion of things.
The dark hour is
Well,
approaching.
because you probably only saw it in the first movie.
That's, yeah.
And like the fact that they are monitoring you never comes up again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shame because this scene is actually really cool, because it's very like how they do it in the game is basically kind of how they do it in the movie. These guys are just sort of hanging out and doing their own thing, and then it turns midnight and they just fucking lose their shit.
I do remember the scene in the movie, at least, because that was probably one of my favorite scenes.
The time is now midnight.
Dun, dun, dun.
That feel when you're on the point by yourself and you're out.
What?
Hello? What the? Oh my god. Yo, what's happening to me, bro?
Oh my god!
Everybody's using ult on me. Oh, everybody's using ult on me. And you're just like, hurry back to the point. And your teammates are like, nah, the point's lost. No, the point's not lost. I'm on the point. Hurry to the point. Nah, the point's lost.
The dark hour occurs every day
No,
at 12
you just
midnight.
come back. You can save the point. Nah, man, fuck you.
Oh my
Point's
god.
lost.
During this time, an ordinary person transmogrifies into the coffin
And unfortunately, they
and is
can't
oblivious
show
to
you
all that occurs.
this with a cutscene, so they just have
Then she must
Ikutsuki
be...
explain it to you. So during the dark hour,
As you can see,
most
she's
people
retained her human. She's
turn
a
into
sick-
coffins.
but she
Ugh.
is
But there are
still
some people
dark
who are
hour.
unprotected and become shadows, and there are some people who just wander around during the dark hour. And the dark hour is an extra hour in the day that exists that only certain people can perceive.
Right.
Scary.
In any case, we should continue to monitor her for a few more days.
Yes, sir.
I feel kind of bad, though, spying on her like this.
I don't. She sleeps in the nude. That shit's awesome.
Oh my god. Stop making him creepier.
Alright, now I'm actually interested how this is going to go. So unlike Persona 4, the Velvet Room
Welcome
is
to the
an
Velvet
elevator.
Room.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Igor. I am delighted.
And
to make
Igor has
your
had
acquaintance.
the same voice actor voice him in every single Persona except for 5, because his Japanese voice actor passed away
Right.
sometime after
Only
4.
those who
So
have
Igor
signed
got
the
recasted
contract
in
can enter
Japanese
this
and
place.
also in English.
Yeah.
So yeah, Igor has had the same voice actor between
Henceforth, you
3
shall
and
be
4,
welcome
but they
here
did
in
change
the
him
Velvet Room.
in 5.
Yeah,
Because Japan also changed him.
right, because I remember hearing his voice in 5 and being really put off by it.
Yeah, it's very strange because it's
You are
very
destined to
deep.
hone your unique ability,
Mm-hmm.
and you will require my help to do so.
Because it almost seems a little bit more harsh, even. Because in this, it seems a little bit soft.
Mhm.
With
Well, also realize the environment that the Velvet Room is. The other two games, the other two games, including this one, the environment is pleasant. You're in a limousine in 4. That's pleasant. You're in an elevator in 3. That's pleasant. But 5, you're in a prison.
right.
So, sure, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't he be harsher to you? You're a
And
prisoner.
assume responsibility for the choices you make.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. Make sure you sign this contract. Then we can summon Satan and Lucifer together. Doesn't that sound fun? Please don't ask me about my eyes. I've tried Visine, but nothing works.
There is still one more resident
I
of
just
this
rapidly
room
blinked
who
them, but
unfortunately
they're
could
still
not be
bloodshot.
present for your
It's
arrival.
fine though. Yeah,
Oh, that's right. Don't I get a different
You can. you can get a different attendant, which I would recommend not getting Elizabeth. You potentially have the option of getting the third. No, I guess there are more attendants, but the third attendant from those three relations, Theodore, who I believe is, the youngest out of the three.
Because, okay, Margaret is from 4.
Margaret
Correct.
is from 4. Elizabeth is from 3. And Theodore is also from 3. But only
from this game.
Correct, P3P.
Okay.
Though all 3 of them do show up in Q, Elizabeth and Margaret show up in Persona 4 Ultimax. And there is a reason why in Persona 4 you get Margaret instead of Elizabeth. Margaret makes mention of Elizabeth as her sister. And that something has happened, that she has abandoned her post.
Right, I think I remember you actually explaining that and like what the circumstances were. And doesn't the end of the movies kind of tell that anyway?
I can't remember if the end of the movies talk about what's going on with Elizabeth and the Velvet Room attendants. I know like Igor probably has a final speech, but I don't know if Elizabeth mentions anything as well.
I don't know if it was specifically mentioned, but I want to say that there was a scene with Elizabeth that kind of basically showed that she had left and was off to do something. I just don't remember the extent of it, but I want to say it's something that I remember from the movies. No.
What? Why do you have to be all serious? That feeling of being completely recharged is awesome, but I'm screwed later because I didn't listen to the lecture. Nasty old Eoka. I'm Mr. Nasty Eoka.
First name Nasty?
Yes, last name Eoka. How they name me Nasty? Strap in 2 effers. I'm gonna show you how I get that.
No!
Takes off his toupee. He's completely bald under.
No!
I'm gonna be teaching you about good old Japan all year. They say classic lit is irrelevant, but man, we used to fucking cut. That's how we kept the clan strong.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, I'll make you understand. One way or another.
The context just makes the very first part of that even worse.
Okay, so
Yes.
you can fall asleep in class, and that will also give you a boost. But if you stay awake, I think that also has a chance of benefiting you by increasing your knowledge. But there actually are benefits to dozing off in class. There's give and take. Now open up your textbooks. Issei Monogatari. Issei? Oh, shit.
Yeah, Issei Monogatari.
As you youngsters might call it, da bomb. And someone's like, that's dated. Even for today's standards. This game was made in 2009. God. Your academics has increased.
Oh, that's pretty.
Have you come here before? A lot of Gekukan students come here after school. There's a karaoke box and a CD shop.
I never felt like.
There's also a
Which I
nightclub
think a
that
lot of the
hasn't
songs
been
get
out for us yet.
changed if you're female.
Do they?
Yep. You get a new battle theme.
Hmm.
All right. Well, you won't be able to go to the club, but
Welcome back.
I'll let you know.
Not like I won't entirely in this entire playthrough, or it's just not.
You won't anytime soon. You won't get to see the club until like you get full normal rotation. Right now,
I
you're
see.
obviously in the tutorial.
Right.
But when you get full control, I'll start pointing out the little
Okay.
things.
School reports about daily life here in the dorm. I've been laughing too much. Now my throat's all gunky. Used to be a dorm mother here to do stuff like cooking, but there's just us students here now.
Is it because you shot her with your gun?
Yeah, what's all this business about this gun that you're still trying to hide from
Why are
everybody?
you sandbagging? Talking about sand. Talking about sand. Why are you sandbagging me about the firearm you're holding here? I mean, I'm not a good cook, and Mitsuru Senpai's not a good cook. She's just good at everything else. Mitsuru's just way better at everything than me.
So there is nothing really of wait, I can save.
Yeah, so you can save there. And you can also warp around. Oh boy. Man, that is spoilery. Why do they use... I mean, I get it.
I mean, they did kind of say in the freaking introduction, like, this is for veteran players.
No. Well, I mean, no, because the background image of the save area is going to be the same no matter what save file you use or what difficulty you choose.
Well,
I'm
no.
just curious why they decided to use Tartarus as their background when you haven't even seen Tartarus yet.
Well, whatever, I guess. I mean,
So you'd be like, oh my god, what the fuck is that in the background?
I guess in a way it'd be enticing, like, what is this? How do I get there?
Yeah, alright.
Whatever.
I don't really want to go there.
I think it's cool looking, so I don't know. I don't really
Thinking about
care.
rotating your saves.
I thought about it just in case I missed something, but maybe not right now.
Yeah, you can wait a little bit, and thankfully the saves are only a couple kilobytes, so it's not going to take up space on your computer.
Right. There's not gonna be anything interesting
Nah, not really.
at all.
Nameplate size. Nobody seems to be in there. Go in there and smell Akihiko's boxer. Do it.
No.
Go back to your room and smell
Oh.
your boxers.
Can I do anything?
You should be able to go back to your room and go to bed.
What if I don't wanna? Well, I guess I have to, because isn't there freaking nothing else to do?
Why the hell is everybody refreshing their private policies?
Did you get something?
I got something from Steam. I also got something from Square.
I got something from Steam earlier. And I know there was something else that I got a privacy policy for. I forget what, though. Was it Square? I don't remember. Did I do anything? Why am I always tired?
Despite it all, it's still me.
Okay, Undertale. Here we are again. Here's this creep.
Same as last night.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Even Even those
She
who
hasn't
have
noticed the camera
potential
yet.
Tend to be unstable at first.
But I see potential in her. That's why we put her in class 2F. Precisely, I knew she would be a wonderful candidate.
She hasn't exhibited any of
But
the
did you
common
mention, did
sense.
you see that they said she's got memory loss?
Mm-hmm.
But we're treating her like a guinea pig.
Ugh, we're treating her like a
Understand
guinea
your
pig.
concern, but it's
kinda
imperative
hot.
that we recruit new members.
No.
I heard
Makes
she's
me
in
feel
your class.
powerful.
Wouldn't you be
Ugh.
interested in working with someone from the same grade?
Oh.
A female classmate at that.
Yeah, I guess. But still.
Which, hey, that's also something they don't mention.
What?
Because Yukari doesn't feel as bad when you're a dude, but she feels extra bad because you're a girl.
I see. Huh.
Is that you, Akihiko?
You're not gonna believe this.
Yo, you're not gonna believe this. This thing's fucking huge. Yo, I went in there with my AAA combo, and it fucking blocked it like it was nothing.
God.
And I tried to mix it up with another AAA, but that fucking shit blocked it. I don't have any more meter, I don't have burst, I don't have I blew it all.
This entire thing is just tainted by freaking that 2F joke.
Sorry.
Because my mind went to a completely different freaking place when the mention of this thing's huge.
Akihiko, what shadow you're fighting? I don't know, it calls itself Mara.
Oh my god!
You wouldn't believe what it looks like, and Mitsuru's like, I'm pretty sure I know what it looks like. Yukari's like,
Well then,
Mitsuru's like, what? I've seen one before.
they're talking about he's gonna bring it there.
Because it's in a little chariot, so yeah, it has wheels. He's ready to party, he's ready to go down.
Okay.
Which
excuse me.
Kind of interesting, because in Shin Megami 4 for the 3DS, you have to fight. Mara's one of the first bosses you fight.
Are you serious?
And he says, because he talks to you, he says, if you get angry, you'll make me stir up dandruff.
Ugh.
And I'll fling my dandruff at you.
Oh no.
He's a dingle dong. What do you think his dandruff is?
No.
Yeah. Get ready to be surprised. I'll be here any second. Mitsuru's like, I will.
Why?
Oh my god, is it one of them?
Yes, but not an ordinary
Yeah,
one.
but not an ordinary one. This one's in a chariot or a wheelchair? Oh my god, that thing is huge. You've gotta be kidding me.
Please head for the
You
command
know what?
room.
It's not even that big. I've seen
Go
bigger.
upstairs and wake her up. Then escape. We'll stop it here. You let it to us, Akihiko,
We'll stop it here.
so I'm
That one.
afraid you'll
That tough.
Like I had a choice. What are you waiting for, Yukari?
I'm going.
Get out of here, Yukari. You're not old enough.
Wake up!
Yo, wake up. You're not gonna believe this.
I don't have time to explain. We have to get
We have to get out of here now.
Okay.
Downstairs. Wait. Take this, just in case.
Just, take this in case.
Okay.
It's a
let's go.
Naginata.
Follow me.
Alright, so that is another change between the male and female characters. The male character uses a one-handed sword, but the female character uses a Naginata.
That's kind of cool,
spear.
actually. And weirdly fitting, because I prefer those types of weapons.
But thankfully, and I'll explain once we actually get into a battle, thankfully, the difference between sword and Naginata basically means nothing.
I see.
It means a little bit, but not much. Let's pull back. I mean, out. I mean.
Oh my god.
What was that?
It's me,
It's getting closer.
Mara. I've come for all of you.
Oh no.
Mara busts through the door.
Where are all the women at?
The door's locked.
Where are all the Japanese women at? Where are they at?
Oh my god.
My gold chariot has room for two.
Can we get pets? Also, night fight.
You gotta be kidding me. It
You gotta
climbed
be
up the
kidding me.
wall?
Climbed to the wall. I was like, well, duh. I got a whole bunch of hands.
That gigantic shadow. What is it?
Let's go, Mitsuru. Wait.
Wow, okay, I actually really heard a slight tinge of Leviathan in that line.
Oh, from Akihiko.
Uh-huh.
An attack this place.
Yeah.
Call them shadows.
Yeah, wait till you hear Akihiko talk more. He's got a very distinct voice, but he does a lot of different. He's got a lot of he's got a lot of range. He is a wonderful, wonderful voice actor.
Mhm. It just caught me off guard, or like it didn't stand out before when hearing him at first. But then
Yeah, wait until he talks.
I can
Wait until you
summon
get like full
no
big
problem.
lines of dialogue. All right, now you're in a battle,
Here
which
goes.
is weird. Okay, they're just gonna play it out using the battle. So she gets beaten the F up before she can pull the trigger, which is different from the PS2 and anime. Oh my god, gun, I guess I'm just gonna shoot myself and end it all. This sucks.
Oh my god!
Goodbye, cruel.
Oh, what?
So yeah, Orpheus is feminine now. Oh wait, but it's not Orpheus. Oh shit.
Hey, it's this thing.
I'm here to fuck shit up. Fucking go. Ooh, it's to kill you.
Oh my god!
Fucking, I'm here to fuck shit up. Ah.
I just like how they had to focus on that one freaking squirming hand.
What's that? You need a hand for that? Here, little shadow, let me give you a ride. Uh-oh, looks like you'll only be able to throw paper. Don't worry, I love you. Needing a helping hand.
Oh my god.
And see how they do not name the other persona. They just say Orpheus has retained it, has gone back to its original shape.
Uh-huh.
They don't even name what that other thing was.
Ew.
Moving.
Still moving.
That was some really gross noises.
Oh, is it goopy noises?
Yeah, it was it was some really nasty goop noises. So I'm actually in a battle this
We're
time.
now actually in a battle.
So how similar is this to Persona 4?
This is... I'm going to say identical, but it has very nuanced differences. It is nearly identical to Persona 4. Feel free to use some Persona attacks. But it's identical to Persona 4, except for, to my knowledge, you do not have team-up attacks.
I
at
see.
all.
Okay.
There are no team-up attacks. Thankfully, in this version, you get the ability to command manually command your allies.
I
In the
see.
original PS2 version, you could not manually command your allies, and that's what made it so hard, because you could not tell them directly what to do.
Okay, so that is more similar to Persona 4 than the original version of 3, in that you can command them.
Correct.
Okay.
But that's changed. So yes, you can command your allies in this. And
that's some
let's say
nice art.
instead of team up attacks, like so you know how Chie and Yukari, Yukiko would like do a random team up occasionally. You don't have that in this game.
I see.
Instead, you have Persona fusion attacks. So, for example, if you have Jack Frost and Pyro Jack, you can use a technique with both of them together to do a big thing. And there are certain combinations. So it's like Pyro Jack and Jack Frost, King Frost and Black Jack, Thor and Loki, Lucifer and Beelzebub, etc., etc.
Okay?
Um,
Come on.
Another thing is, in addition to the weakness chart, where generally fire and ice are weak to each other, wind and thunder are usually weak to each other, you also have the weapon tree.
Okay.
Because there is, I think, 3 types of attacks. There is blunt, pierce, and slash.
So...
So you have 3 more types of weapons to understand how to use their weaknesses and what have you, because your party will have all different ones. So for example, the protagonist will always have a slash attack because short sword and naginata, whereas Mitsuru uses a maybe not Mitsuru. Yukari uses a bow and arrow. That's pierce, so she gets bonus damage from piercing enemies, but might do less damage to enemies with heavy armor. And then there's blunt damage, so like Akihiko and Shinjiro, they use blunt weapons, so they do blunt damage.
When you use your persona ability, the ability evolves as you develop your social links. The stronger your social links, please remember. Now then, time marches on in your world. I shouldn't keep you here any longer.
All right,
Next time we
get the
meet,
fuck out.
you
See ya.
come here until you're farewell.
Until then, fuck off.
So,
And there is a big lapse of time. There is a big lapse of time just there.
So, okay. Are the social link things still called, like, the Arcana or whatever?
Correct.
Okay.
So social links are associated with various arcana.
Mhm.
Since you're female, you actually get a somewhat different selection of arcana.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I
In
think
fact,
I remember reading
because you're
that.
female, you get a larger pool of arcana.
Really?
So you'll get boost off of personas and demons that you normally wouldn't have.
Huh.
You're awake.
But does the protagonist always start with the same Arcana, basically?
Yes, everybody. So all of the persona protagonists are always the fool because it represents infinite possibility.
Thank goodness you. I was so worried about you.
Which a little bit
The
of
doctor couldn't
which you
find
probably already
anything wrong with
know,
you. He said
and
you
it's
were
very
just
tragic. Adachi was also a fool.
I'm
Granted,
sorry I
or
couldn't-
technically, they called him the Jester,
Right.
but he was still a 0 Arcana. He still had infinite possibilities.
power.
But unlike you, he literally went the other way, which makes him. He's an asshole, but he's
mean the
tragic. That
shadows?
does not change the fact that Adachi is tragic
Right.
when they
They're
decide
what
to
we're
expand
fighting
his
and the
story.
power you used. We call it
Because
persona.
if things were slightly different, Adachi could have easily been the hero.
We'll explain
But
everything.
sorry, he's an asshole.
I'm sorry I didn't
Right.
tell you before.
Or maybe even scarier to think about it, you
I
could have
wanted
been
to
the
tell you
villain.
that.
Right, yeah.
You easily
I'm
could have
sort of like
been
you.
a super big villain.
Dad died in an accident when I was little. My mom and I are
All of the sads.
Okay, this game is depressing.
Yeah, I know.
This
To be
game's
honest, I already
themes
know
and
my
how it
past, but
does
didn't seem
things.
fair, so
This
I
game
wanted you to know about
is
mine. It was back in
emotionally
99.
draining.
Hmm.
There was a big explosion
It
in the
is.
area.
I mean,
Can you tell this game is not nearly as like happy-go-lucky?
no, not at all. And I have a feeling that I'm gonna need another big pause between games after this because Persona 4 drained me quite a bit. And if this is really that much worse because of its particularly depressing theme,
So
Yeah.
step on up to the plate.
But nobody really knows the details.
Because, yeah, the
He
main
was working
sort
in a
of
lab run by the
thesis
two
of this
agents.
is like
So, I'm hoping that
death
if I stick
approaches for
around long
everything
enough,
and
I'll
everyone.
find out.
It's how
Mhm.
you deal with it and
That's
how
why
you
I'm
live
going
your
to
life
Mordecai
that
High, where I
determines
was there
how
when this
people
happened
reflect
to
on you.
right.
Of course, I panicked.
Whereas
It was
Persona
my first
4
time
was
fighting
like,
them, too.
you need to see the truth of things no matter what
Right.
anyone says. Be true to yourself and
Mhm.
find the
I'm
truth no
sorry.
matter
You
what, no
wouldn't
matter
have
how
to go
much
through all
fog
this
is
if
in
I
the
wasn't
way.
such
You
a
need to
Mhm.
find the truth.
Right.
And then Persona 5 is rebel against society, don't accept the world as it is or how the world wants you to
Really?
accept it. Change the
Here
world
I
to
am
suit
telling you all this the
your
minute you
needs.
wake up.
Mhm.
While I was
I
waiting,
was gonna say
I thought
something
to
and I
myself,
freaking forgot it.
I've been hiding so many things from him. As soon as he wakes
That's
up,
not going with the freaking mood of this game, thank you very much.
Who's gonna be Mayor Luigi? You have to care. You have to figure out what NPC would be Mayor Luigi.
I don't know.
And then you'd be like,
My name is Mayor Luigi, and I am type 2, terminally ill.
Thanks for listening.
I am very sad.
I've been wanting to share that.
My brother Mario doesn't hang out with me anymore. My girlfriend Daisy of 20 years, he's left me.
Oh my
It is fine.
god.
It's okay. It's the year of Luigi.
Jesus.
I'll let you know when you woke up.
It's only blood. It's only a little blood. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Oh, and you don't have to be formal around me or
Hello,
anything.
yes, Mayor
Second-year
Luigi.
girls
I
gotta stick up for
thank
each
you for
other after all.
joining in Luigi's party. Thank you.
Bye.
Next week we will have Luigi's party.
Okay,
Only 3 guests.
I remember
Luigi.
something I wanted to say.
Wawa Luigi and Luigi.
So I didn't catch how many days passed during that lapse.
it was like 5 days.
Hmm.
It's really weird
What?
that he's still calling you man and he's still calling you dude.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Like he's not. They didn't have him redub lines or anything like that, or didn't have him
Well,
redub individual sentences.
They didn't, like, the text isn't edited, because this isn't actually, like, voice acted at this
Voiced.
point. Yeah.
Oh, then there's like no excuse for
Right.
that.
Right.
I am not a man. Do you want me to prove how much of a not man I am to you, Junpei?
Not man.
And then Junpei backs up and he's like up against the gate. And he's like, "Oh man, I was kidding. I was just joking." He's like, "You called me a man again." Slowly starts to take off her clothes and it's like,
Oh
I'm
my
sorry."
god.
Steps onto the statue or whatever pedestal. Is like, "My name is Makoto Yuki, and I am not a man."
But yeah, that does seem like a weird oversight, because both of the times it wasn't actually voice acted.
When he called you dude,
Yeah, it wasn't voiced at that point.
it might just be a choice to show that he's more of like a city slicker.
I mean, that's fine, because it's not like it's that big of a deal. It's just very strange to couple that with the whole hitting on girl pro tag, I guess.
He's trying to make you a bro. I want to talk about the Sengoku era. Japanese history is not that exciting until then. It's because I had ninjas and samurai, though I'm paid enough to do this. Jomon period. Random question. Hey, Junpei, what was the style of houses in the Jomon period called? How am I supposed to know about that way back when? Quick, Makoto, what the heck was he talking about? Okay. The questions in this are impossible to know.
Are you serious?
Yes, they are straight up. I'm gonna give you the answer. They're gonna give you the answer.
I was gonna say, actually, is there a couple things that I can use a guide for? Like
Yes.
this stuff, or like, I was actually gonna say a very specific character. When I get there. But if these are completely...
Mud huts. You're gonna do mud huts.
Okay.
But yes, a majority of the questions. What the hell? Why is... Stop playing. Stop playing shit. Oh, there. Stop playing.
Yay.
Alright. So yeah, most of the questions in Persona 3 are like, you need to have studied in Japan to understand it, or at least
That's
studied in Japan.
Weird.
Whereas the questions in Persona 4, if you are very well-rounded and knowledgeable, you could kinda understand those questions.
Mm-hmm. Well, that, and I noticed that a lot of them also kind of give you the answer, if not a hint. Because the first question that I got in this, it was like that, and I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be kind of like Persona 4 then, right? But no. I guess I'm wrong. That sucks.
Yeah. And then Persona 5, you can cheat.
You can?
You can cheat. If your console is hooked up to the internet, you can go to the Thieves Guild, and the Thieves Guild will show you what everyone else chose.
Are you serious?
And of course, the answer that has the overwhelming majority is extremely likely to be correct.
Huh.
So you can just cheat.
That's interesting.
There you are. I'm glad
Okay,
that
give
you're
me
okay.
one moment. I'm going to get something to
wasn't sure
drink.
what I'd
All
do
right.
if anything had happened to you. The reason I asked you here is because I needed to talk to you. Please, have a seat. Oh, before that, I believe I mentioned him earlier, but this is Akihiko.
How you doing?
Okay, let me start off by asking
Akihiko
you
looks
this.
vaguely like a young Soldier 76.
Would you believe me if I said that a day consists of more than 24 hours?
No, you creepy weirdo. Excuse me?
Do you remember the night you came here? You had to have noticed the sign. The streetlights went out, nothing was working, there were coffins everywhere.
Yes.
Didn't it feel like you were in a different time? That's the dark
Yes.
hour. A time period hidden between one day and the next.
I guess it's more like something people aren't aware of, but the dark hour does exist. It occurs each night at midnight. It'll happen tonight, and every night to come.
Normal people don't realize it, since they're all sleeping inside their coffins. But that's not what makes the dark hour so interesting. You saw those creatures. We call them shadows.
They only appear during the dark hour and attack anyone not in a coffin.
I really like the art of, like, the character art in these games. Just randomly decided to say that and mention that because I just think it's really pretty, and I kind of wish that I could do something similar to that.
It's our job to defeat them. Sounds exciting, huh?
I wish that I could upscale this stuff though, because I don't think I can upscale this game. In fact, let me see. Yeah. Yeah, my upscaling does absolutely nothing. Oh well.
Ahiko, why are you always like that? You just got hurt the other day.
Now. He does his work well.
Does Shuji share a voice actor with Igor?
We're the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad, C's for short. On paper, we're classified as a school club, but in reality, this group is dedicated to defeating the shadows.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
Now I'm gonna drug it up on stream so the internet can know. Thank you,
Oh,
Ivy Bro.
whatever.
Oh boy.
Actually, I need to open my new bottle of it anyway.
Oh boy, ibuprofen broke my fever and it's now gonna cure my neck pain. Cause I guess when you get a fever, I don't know, it fucks up with your neck or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Come on.
Okay, have they said the club's name yet?
C's.
Have they said what the acronym stands for?
Yes, they just did.
Isn't that fucking rad?
I forgot it already.
It's rad. And the fact that you forgot it upsets me.
I'm sorry!
It is the Special Extracurricular Execution Squad.
That's right. Yeah, that is actually kind of cool.
Shadow feeds on the mind of its
Not cool enough for
The
you to
victim
remember.
becomes a living corpse.
Okay, I was more worried about freaking creepy dude over here and wondering if he shares the voice actor of Igor.
Hey man. Hey, Yuki-san. Did you wear the teddy bear panties today?
Oh my
Sure, I
god,
saw you wear
no!
the teddy bear panties today.
Responsible for
Stop!
most, if not all of them.
I'm more of a fan of the chicken. The little chicken panties.
Although rare, there are those who can function during the dark hour. Some may even awaken to a power that enables them
let's
to fight
see.
the shadows. That's Persona, the power you used the other night. The shadows can only be defeated by Persona users, which means it's all up to you guys.
Oh my god, there's a
I'm glad
Persona
you're quick
3
to
musical.
Are you serious?
Huh. Which, you know, in Japan they made a musical based off a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't we have like stage plays and like all sorts of musical stuff like for freaking Disney movies and whatever popular stuff
Yeah,
over here?
But that's Disney. That's
So?
different. Disney's huge.
It's normal
Like,
for
Disney's
us.
so huge
Well,
that
it's-
they have like ice shows.
Okay, but it's normal here.
Uh-huh.
But like this stuff is probably normal there. I don't know, that's how I view it anyway. Cause freaking what? They get all sorts of interesting like theme park things, like the Monster Hunter stuff at Universal or whatever.
He's trying to say, we've prepared an evoker for you. We'd like you to lend us your strength.
I just skipped over something. I didn't mean to. Oh hey, I get a gun.
No, it's an evoker.
I was afraid you'd say no. Welcome aboard.
Okay, I didn't chicken out on the roof, thank you. You Kari.
So much. I'm really glad. Oh, I almost forgot. About your room assignment. Why don't you just stay here, in your current room? I don't know what the holdup is, but I guess it worked out in the end.
Hold up. Wasn't that? Oh, never mind.
Okay. Hey, I recognize that card. So, are the Arcana cards just prevalent in all of the personas then?
I think he is the voice actor for Igor.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they credit him as being Igor, but I don't see him credited for Shujin.
Huh.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What did I say? Oh, I just asked if the Arcana cards are prevalent in, like, all of the personas.
Yes.
I see. Because I want to say I remember the mention of the cards regarding Persona 4 characters, but that was specifically within, like, the fighting games or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I
mean, when you did social links, it mentioned what Arcana your party members and people were. But yeah, they mention who's the Arcana of what in this when you start their social link. And all the personas and demons have Arcanas that are associated with them. And a lot of the other Shin Megami Tensei games, namely like the main line ones, a lot of the monsters are associated with a.
Hi, how are you?
No, they're not. They're not associated with an Arcana. They're just demons. They're just demons. They just share a lot in common with, like, some of the same demons show up in
Soon, the end will
Shin
come.
Megami games or Shin Megami games, however you want to pronounce it.
I remembered, so I thought I should
Which,
tell you.
I'm still kind of curious about playing one of those games just as...
They're good. They are good games. They are good games. Just they are kind of different. They're far more dungeon crawlery, and there are no social links. There's no living your day as a student. It's all battle and dungeon. Battle and dungeon.
Would it be fair to say, like, what little experience I got of that from Imagine when it was still around? Would that be a fair comparison, even though Imagine was an MMO?
Only in the very lightest in terms. Because still in Shin Megami games, you could still have multiple demons. Because they don't call them personas, they're demons.
Right. I remember that much.
And Megaton, you could only have one out at a time. But you could also have a party. You could have a party that had other people, but maybe in certain games you were the only one who could summon a demon. Or in some other games, you were the only human party member and you had a couple demons on your side.
I see.
I don't
So as silly as this is, would you compare Shin Megami to more of like a...
Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yes. Except for in most cases, instead of Pokeballs,
Looks like
you
you
need to
awakened
converse
to
with the
your
demons
power.
and convince them to join your side.
Mhm.
And Shin Megami games are way harder.
Which
Way harder.
is the conversing with them? Is that some? Did I see that correctly in Persona 5?
Yes, and that's actually what made a lot of non-Persona fans happy, is that demon conversation made their way back.
I
Which it's not
see.
in 3, it's not in 4. I think it is in 1 and 2.
That's a weird
And
graphical
demon
glitch.
conversation made
A power
talking
that
to
takes
people,
many
like
forms.
obtaining new
It is bound by
demons and
none.
allies extremely difficult because you never know how a temperament of a demon would be.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of times they'd be like,
It
hey,
may prove to be
I'll join your side if you
salvation.
give me a Soma.
depending on
And,
where
you know,
you end
Soma's
up.
like the big MP revealing item, which are like, those are precious.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's a high powered demon that you want on your side, and you give him one.
Right.
Hey, I'm not quite satisfied yet. Let me get one more
Remember when
Soma.
we first
So
met?
then you give another one, and then you'd be like, all right, give me some money. Okay, here's some money. Ha,
I
you're a
expect you to
dumbass. I'm
honor
gonna
your
fight you.
commitment.
And then it fights you.
I'll
And
even if
it
you
locks
forget
out
about me.
your ability to obtain it. Or
Ugh.
it would be like, oh, you're a sucker. I would never join forces with
Okay,
a
then.
charity
See
case.
you later.
And they
Mhm.
leave, and then that's it. They're gone.
I see. Huh.
But yeah, I remember Persona 3 being difficult because I didn't quite understand how social links worked.
Mhm.
I reversed one of my social links in this game and I didn't get it unreversed until way later on. I didn't know what characters were good at what. I had a hodgepodge team towards the end,
Mhm.
and the weapon variety would always screw me up because there would be monsters that I would bring people in that they would be nullified to. This game has an overabundance
Thought I was gonna fall
of
asleep in there.
enemies that use insta-kill spells.
I think I remember you mentioning that.
Can I have a minute?
Just an overabundance of insta-kill
Come
spells
to the lounge when you get
and
back to the
status
room.
effects.
I have some. I'll save the details for later.
Hmm.
See you there.
Which I guess I wanted to ask too, like, have any of the, other than the weapon, like, attack type things that you mentioned earlier, are any of the elemental things different in this?
No. So as far as I can remember, you're going to have fire, ice, lightning, wind, light, and dark.
Okay.
But unlike Persona 5, light and dark are exclusively your insta-kill attacks,
Okay.
which unfortunately, and it sucks, it makes members like Ken and Koromaru very hard to justify to put in your party.
I see.
Which they do learn alternative elements. I think Ken learns like lightning or wind attacks, and Koro learns
Well, it's
fire
not that I don't
attacks.
like her.
Mm-hmm.
She's
But
just-
there are other characters or even the protagonist who does those elements way better than they can.
I see.
That and
Wild
both
Duck
of those-
Burger?
Yes, Wild Duck.
About earlier, it's not that I don't like her or anything, you know? Oh, I'm talking about Mitsuru Senpai. Why does Junpei always have to talk about stuff that isn't any of his business, huh? Plus, he says it all in the creepiest, most perverted way. He's like the poster boy for sexual harassment. You know, last year he...
So you said light and dark were exclusively insta-kill in this
Correct.
game.
Yes, just like how they are in Persona 4.
Okay. And that
whereas-
changes in 5?
That changes in 5. In 5, you can have light and dark elemental attacks that just do damage,
I see.
and that makes it easier to attack things that, because you know, you'll occasionally find a monster that is weak to light or dark, but in Persona 4, you'd have to use an insta kill and it would miss.
Right.
even if it hit, it would be weak, but occasionally it would miss. Well, then when you have just straight up light and dark spells, those things don't miss, and you can down them. And really, Joker, the main character, starts off his beginning persona is a dark element persona.
I see.
This is Junpei Iori from Class 2F. He'll be...
Junpei Iori from Class D2F.
Oh my god, not again! I thought we had escaped this joke!
Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Wait, Yukari, aren't you from Class D2F also?
Oh my god!
And he agreed to help.
You have the potential?
He found me crying like a baby at the convenience store. Surrounded
God, you're just super Edward Elric.
Yeah, he is.
I don't remember
Because
much.
I imagine this is his young man voice.
Uh-huh.
He said that's, you know...
It's just really weird getting used to it after the other tone that I'm familiar with for Junpei.
Like being confused and not remembering anything. Did you guys know that?
That was okay though.
Sure.
That's good. You should, since you're a Man, I was shocked to find out about you guys. I had no idea. I'm glad I'm not the only one. It could get kind of lonely.
Could get kind of lonely, you know.
Oh my god!
Real
Too,
lonely.
right? Having me join?
Are you stoked having me join?
Oh.
Are you stoked having me join, Polly?
No!
Make sure to place me in the rear line.
There was already a guy here, what are you talking about?
Nah, I'm not worried about it me being a guy. I'm just worried about being in that back line so I can protect those precious booties.
Oh my god.
So anyway, glad to join the team.
Oh, part of me wants to be mean.
You can be mean to him, it doesn't matter. Alright, I will just ask you right now. Do you have any plans on dating Junpei? Do you foresee yourself wanting to date this guy right here? Do you foresee yourself wanting to date baseball Edward Elric?
Baseball Edward Elric! Not really, even though I do appreciate his character. I will say that. But no, I have my heart set on someone very specific, and you probably know who. Shut up! Shut up!
That was adorable. I already saved my heart for someone else.
I didn't say it like that! Shut up!
Say it like that, but you meant it like that. I can infer what you mean. Now you're all flustered because your moody suit coat, skull cap wearing husbando is in this game. I was gonna tell you a thing about him, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it because it's something with him. It's something very special with him that got added for this game.
I'd like your undivided attention.
Can I get away from this creepy dude?
Oh, look at my hairline.
No!
For a long time, Mitsuru
Tell me
and
what you think of my
Akihiko were the
goatee.
only Persona users we had.
No,
But
seriously,
that
tell me.
number recently jumped to 5. Therefore,
Therefore,
at 12 a.m.
starting tonight, I'd like to commence the exploration of Tartarus.
What's that?
It sounds like Two-Face.
Oh my god!
You haven't seen it, Junpei?
What, Two-Face?
This is why I'm not dating you! Oh my god.
Shadows. Interesting, huh? And it's the perfect place for us to train.
I don't know if you actually were still around earlier when I said that Akihiko reminds me of a young 76.
Really?
Just the way he looks.
You can
Yeah, I guess. No, 76 wasn't great.
I know that.
76 was a blonde.
I know that. But I'm
Like, you think he's a 35, soldier 35. 35 and a half.
sure.
Whoa. Their nest.
But, Senpai, what about your injury?
Since Akihiko hasn't fully recovered yet, he'll
I just wanted to make the comment because it's the silver hair and like kind of general disposition, I guess.
Yeah,
He's just sort of gruff.
Kinda, yeah.
Relax. I've got your backs.
But then I have freaking baseball Edward Elric here to contrast that.
I'm not so sure about this.
Yeah, this game's
What
got
about
good
you, Mr.
characters.
Chairman?
I'll stay here. As you know, I can't summon a persona.
As you know, I can't summon a persona.
Then what are you doing here?
He can be active during the dark hour.
This is it? This is the place? Why here?
Well, I'm sorry that we have to go to school here.
It's midnight.
Oh, and your clock's pink instead of blue.
Is it originally blue?
It's originally blue.
Huh.
So there are a couple aesthetic changes here and there. I see, instead of doing like animated cuts, like anime cutscenes.
Gotta
they try to do
love
stuff
these
in-game.
artifacts.
Yeah. Here, let me double click and drag these cubes around. Hold on, let me hold on, let me just drag this into place. I'll put that there. Shit, I saved over my layer.
It's fine. Someone's just photoshopping as I play. It's fine.
Don't worry.
This is
Check your layers. Don't go over the original layer. So,
Have you?
yes.
What?
So, you drew over your sketch layer and saved, huh?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know why it took almost a year for that meme to start circulating. I guess because Avengers sort of kicked it off. But yeah, I think Max posted, so you taunted and then lost the match. Huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Once the dark hour passes.
I've seen so many artsy ones. And like one is so you disabled your line layer or whatever, and it's like this really goofy looking just splotches of color Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
This is the nest you were talking about? But why? Why'd our school turn into a giant tower?
I really wish that I could have shared the sound with you, but I'll have to do it next time.
Yeah, well, I'll consider I'll probably get Discord, whatever.
I mean,
It's fine, I've played this game.
Right. I mean, it's not like Discord would be that big of a deal to get anyway. You could technically run it through the browser.
You don't know either?
No.
I'm sure it's complicated.
Well, maybe now we'll find out. Mitsuru and I have only gone in to take a peek. This'll be our first time.
I just feel bad because I'm not, like, speaking during these parts, but I'm trying to listen.
And that's fine, because I want you to listen, because this game's really well voice acted.
Mm-hmm.
Akihiko.
Then, you know, they're revealing really important stuff about the story and occasionally mechanics.
Oh, damn it. Well, that's a line skipped.
That's fine. They're just saying, hey, this is the only dungeon of the game.
I
You will
remember
not
this.
explore anywhere else.
Oh, I guess that's right.
There are no palaces, there are no inside the TVs on people's dungeons. This is the only dungeon of the game, and the only purpose is to ascend in floors.
Beyond the door
Hmm.
at the top of the stairs.
First, we'll have you.
I didn't even consider that, and I'm so used to how 4 was, where every single dungeon was kind of different.
Why don't you go have a look around?
Well, you also have to realize you got a you've nearly got a full party from the get-go. You didn't have to save anyone. There's no saving your party members in
Right,
this.
yeah, that's true.
And I'll be feeding you information from here.
We're also going to appoint a leader to make any necessary decisions.
And so you're gonna have Yukari, you're gonna have yourself, and you're gonna have Junpei.
Oh, me.
But
me,
Akihiko's
me.
not going, and Mitsuru's staying behind because she's gonna act as your navigator.
But she's a girl.
So,
Well, she has fought them before.
wow, so angry.
Seriously?
He kind of has a chip on his shoulder for a little bit.
That's true, but there's another reason. You two. Can you summon your persona without any difficulties like she?
Yeah, of course I can.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Are you sure, Baseball Edward Elric?
These are shadows we're talking about here. Without your persona, you're
I'm aware of that.
All right, let's head inside. Are you ready?
Oh, hi, Clyde. Yeah.
Or maybe, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Akihiko said he wasn't going to go any further than the entrance.
What's the matter?
I've been waiting.
Well, alright then. Hello, new person.
The time has come for you to wield your power. The tower that you are about to venture into. How did it come to be? For what purpose? Regrettably, you are not yet capable of answering these questions. That is why you must be made aware of the nature of your power. Your power is unique. It's like the number 0. It's empty. But at the same, you are able to possess multiple personas.
Okay, so this is basically just an explanation of what you basically said earlier about the Fool Arcana.
When you have defeated your enemies, you will see that there may be times when they are
And he's
difficult to grasp,
essentially
but do not
sort of telling you
see,
what
power
the
will grow
end
accordingly.
minigame is.
Be sure to keep that in mind.
Which thankfully in this, unless they've changed it, you can choose what bonus you get. It isn't some sort of stupid matching game or card
Oh.
game. You just choose it. If you want to get a new persona, you can get a new persona. If you want to get a boost in stats, you can get a boost in stats. If you want to refill your MP or HP, you just pick whatever thing is available.
Huh.
Do you recall when I mentioned another resident? Tell me, when you think of this person, what do you see?
So this is basically just giving me a choice between Theodore and Elizabeth.
Correct.
I see.
Then let my name is Theodore, but please, feel free to.
Oh, you're
Oh,
pretty.
man, his face is way different in this.
Is it?
He's got a softer face in other games.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
My assistant will aid you. Until then,
Hey, are you all right?
Yeah, what's up? You look like a zombie.
Huh? What door?
I don't see any door.
Have you been
Great.
nodding off? You seem kind of out of it.
Dude, you're supposed to be our leader. Get your head in the game.
Stop calling me dude!
Whatever you needed, man.
I'm not a man! Stop it!
Let's go.
Accessing to the left of the entrance. Okay.
No, I guess his expression isn't. It's the same. I'm comparing to how he looks in Q. In Q, everybody's super cutesy.
Oh.
But no, he has a kind of a stern face.
Mm.
And of course, he has hair that raises up almost like he's got little horns.
Mm-hmm.
But you think he's a cutie?
Yeah, maybe a little.
It's because he's pale, wearing a whole bunch of blue.
No.
Oh. Is it the chin?
No.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, Akihiko is not going with.
No, he can't. He won't go for a little bit. No, baseball Edward Elric, you cannot be in charge. Why is this here? That's her motorcycle. That's Mitsuru's motorcycle that has a lot of communication equipment on it.
What is this?
That is nothing for now.
Okay.
It will eventually become your fast travel.
I see. Yeah, I guess I'm ready.
Yeah, it should be. So, I think, and actually it should sort of give you a tutorial when you fight your first batch of enemies.
So, in the original, would I actually be, like, traversing this then? With a model and stuff?
Yes, which I want to say you'll be traversing it. This is just like a intro cutscene. They should give you the ability to walk through the dungeon, but they're gonna do a song and dance about the battle system and controlling your allies or acting with your allies. I assume.
You can see inside here?
It's my persona's ability. I'd like to join you, but the structure of Tartarus changes from day to day. That's why outside support is imperative.
Well, that makes me feel a whole lot better.
Now, based on your current location, you can expect to encounter enemies at any minute. They shouldn't be too tough, but proceed with caution. Practice makes perfect.
Right.
Got it.
So, between the groups in the Persona games, is there kind of like a parallel between the characters? Because I noticed that Junpei and Yosuke seem very similar in their roles, like character-wise.
They're bros.
Right.
Why is she always like that?
And Yukari kind of vaguely reminds me of Chie.
There may be some parallels, but I would have to say no. The characters in 3 are very much different than 4. Like Yukari may be somewhat like Chie because they're kind of like the secondary pretty girl, and they realize they're not as pretty as their comrades. But otherwise, I wouldn't say Yukari is a tom girl. Yukari is definitely not a tom girl.
Right. I guess I didn't mean necessarily like that, but more in personality in a way.
No, because we haven't had Yukari talk about food at all, or kung fu. Whereas Junpei and Yosuke, I guess they share a lot because they're very easygoing. But I would still say no.
Would you like me to explain the basics of battle?
I should probably...
Yes.
Primary
Just in
effective
case they
options
have you
available
warm
to in
up.
battle are attack and skill.
Well, that...
Unfortunately, saying yes, they're going to tell you about everything.
Well,
but
that, and I was thinking, because I'm familiar with 4, if there's any differences, I would want to be aware of that.
Corresponds to the weapon you've equipped. Those skills consume either stamina or spiritual power.
So you said something about weapon differences or something earlier? Is that just like the attack types that you were mentioning, or...
Correct.
Oh,
So
okay.
when you attack, with your normal attack that uses your weapon, there are 3 types of attack
Right.
types. There's slash, pierce, and blunt.
Did you get all that?
And enemies have resistance and or weaknesses to attack types occasionally.
Try using
And unfortunately, with resistances and reflex, there are some enemies that if you attack with a certain type of weapon, it will either nullify it or worse, reflect it back at you.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just another type of weakness you have to be aware of.
So then, I'm always going to use the Naginata. Like, I'm never
Correct.
gonna change weapon types or anything.
No.
Okay. Whoa, that's... So... okay. God, that's weird. I was thinking I could use the right stick for camera, but it's also moving.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So you've also got advantageous and disadvantageous strikes. So if you hit a shadow from behind, you'll be put at an advantage. If a shadow chases you down and hits you before you can hit it, you'll be put at a disadvantageous state.
I do remember that much from Persona 4. So...
Now's a good time for me to explain about attack properties, which are important to... Do you want to know more? Nearly every type of attack is associated. For example, swords...
Okay, so this is going over slash and whatnot.
Pierce attacks. Skills, on the other hand, have different properties. Bufu, for instance, indicates an... Now, most enemies are vulnerable to certain types of attacks. A fire skill will deal greater damage to an enemy that's weak against... With my power, I can analyze an enemy to determine its weaknesses and strengths. That, do you follow? The enemies...
So I can use Mitsuru like I did, say, Teddy or Rise?
Correct.
Okay.
Go to tactics. There you go.
Oh.
In fact, yeah. So you want to change them away to direct command.
So then...
You do analyze, and it's going to take her a moment,
Attempt to analyze the enemy.
but
Okay.
in a turn or two, she'll be able to analyze the enemy, so don't kill that enemy.
I see. So...
And now
Okay.
take a look at Yukari's skills just for the kick of it. So she has Dia. She is one of your healers.
Okay. So... And she has piercing because of bow.
She has piercing because bow.
Got it.
Defeated an enemy.
And then take a look at his skills. He has cleave, so he's your big strong boy, or one of them.
Nice.
But he's gonna do slash damage.
Okay.
But you maybe defend so you can get Mitsuru to come back with the intel.
Fire is effective.
And now there, it tells you what they're weak to.
So then I should be able to do this.
Yes, the enemy is vulnerable.
And now you get an all-out attack.
So they were a thing in here? So it's really not terribly different from 4 then?
No.
Just no, like, team-up attacks.
As far as I know.
Unless they've changed that in here for some
Yeah,
reason.
there definitely weren't any in the original.
Ah, that's gonna bother me. I'm so used to using the right stick for camera. In fact, the Is that something I can change? Or no? No, I guess it's not. I guess I have to use R and L for camera. I'm gonna have to get used to that. So... Also, I can't remember having that big of an issue with collision with the others in 4.
Were you able to exploit the enemy's weakness in the last battle? If you didn't already notice, doing so will also grant you. Would you like more details?
Am I just telling you one more? I would do yes, because there is a
lose its balance if
extra
you exploit its
thing.
weakness or land this will
I
give you the
think.
opportunity to perform an addition. In other words, you'll get to do one more thing. You can keep attacking the same enemy, or if you prefer, attack a different target. And if you succeed in knocking another enemy off balance, then you can act, which means you can remain on the offensive for as long as you can keep this up.
I
This
see.
strategy is essential to securing victory. However, remember this. An enemy that's already lost its balance cannot be knocked off balance again. You can't knock down someone who's lying on the ground, right? It's the same idea. Now, to knock an enemy off balance, you need to know its weak, so don't hesitate to ask me for an analysis. I'll be sure to share the results with the others as well. Got it? Then proceed with the battle.
Okay.
The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going.
Okay, I see. Ah, that's weird. What? Okay. What's rush?
Rush is, everybody just starts doing normal attacks and it speeds up battle.
Okay, okay.
Who left?
Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was what it was, because I do remember using that at some point in 4, or whatever the equivalent is.
Check this out. That one just won't die.
That was an interesting looking persona. I guess I didn't pay attention the first time. So she had healing. So...
This thing won't give up. Persona!
Oh, I guess I will get to hear protagonists speak, at least in battle. So who is that voice actor?
It is Laura Bailey.
Ah. Because I knew I recognized the voice, I just didn't remember who. No, I don't want to do that. I can't remember, and I just looked at it. Is there an option to reverse the way that,
The dial
yeah.
goes? I don't know. I believe so, but it's probably going to be in your config in the settings.
Because it's really throwing me off that I'm hitting right and it's moving the other way.
Oh, you don't do up and down?
It's still doing it a weird way for me. Like, I'm not used to it doing that. Like, when I think of it going down or left, I think of it moving to the next thing. Like, instead of item, I would go to skill, instead of going up to tactics. And vice versa. Because, like, I'm hitting down right now, and it went to tactics. Whereas I was thinking if I hit down, it would go to skill instead. If that makes
I
sense.
see. It does. But I'm also thinking of it as, like, moving the thing that's above it down.
Right, I get that now. It throws me off. It's weird. It's a preference, I guess. Right. Oh. So this is what you meant, like you just get to pick whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Or maybe it is a mini game. It is a mini game.
Oh. Oh. Cool. I want... Excuse me. I want to say that it was more of a pick the thing in Golden.
Mm.
So... So do the personas like get a secondary form then, like they do in Gold or 4 in this game?
Yes.
Okay.
But to my knowledge, they are not related to Social Link. They are all story based.
I see. Okay. This is what I need to do. And then I cannot save in here at all.
No. Because you gotta get to a save point.
Okay. This way. Ah! Camera. That's the other thing that's gonna bother me. So that's exactly how I remember it. That is not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to press that.
There is a better way to defeat all of your enemies in battle than to attack them individually. You can perform an all-out attack. Would you care to hear? When
And you can probably do...
they become
never mind.
Hmm?
Because she's just going to explain what you already know. All out attacks, thankfully, are the same.
An all-out attack will allow your entire team to attack. Your enemies will be unable to defend it, whether or not you want to perform an all-out attack. But remember, you cannot perform. So if you want to have it in your arsenal, make sure your team's comprised of. That's all you need to know about all-out attack. Then, that concludes the base. Shadows become stronger the further you advance. There may be times, however, this battle is one of...
Okay. So... So what exactly is the all-out attack then? Just the group attack that I did earlier?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
I summon you! The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going! Persona! You exploited the enemy's weakness. One more! I summon you! You attacked the enemy's weak point. One more!
I don't remember this being that easy to keep doing one more in 4.
As long as you have their weakness, it's... I would still say it's easy.
Maybe I just
Granted,
never...
this is just a tutorial area.
Right. Maybe I never really took advantage of it before. Ugh! I swear to God, okay. I always misread that name wrong. I don't know why. Maybe because it reminds me of asparagus. Wait, you can split up?
Yes.
Was that a thing in 4?
No.
That's...
Because you can make them split up and explore the floors, and anything that they find, yeah, tell them to split up.
Okay.
Because they'll all split up and search around. No, you can't walk forward. Stop walking forward. Press square.
Okay, it didn't... There we go.
Everyone, spread out and proceed individually.
But if you, I don't know, try doing the access point, because in a lot of cases, if characters are too far away, they will not go to the access point, and you'll leave them behind.
So, what do I want to do then?
You would probably say return to the entrance. Yeah, okay, never mind. So if you go to the access point or upstairs, everybody groups back up, and they just, whoever found items will give you items.
I see.
Welcome back.
But if they
So,
run into
how was
shadows,
it?
they fight those shadows by themselves, and if they're not very strong, they'll get wiped out. But you can join them mid-battle.
See. Well, if you gained
Wow, I never knew I had
And
that
then,
kind of
so for
power.
example,
Dang,
if one character's fighting a shadow and then you join in, but you have a party of 4, eventually your other party members will join in too, but it will just be you two against all the shadows.
Like a little kid.
I see.
Yeah, you look pretty tired yourself, Yucatan.
I'm still trying to catch my breath, actually.
It's gonna take me a bit to get used to the split up thing.
That's the effect of the dark hour. You'll become fatigued more. Don't worry though, you'll adapt. But I'm surprised. You all did much better than I expected. At this rate, they'll catch up to you in no time, Akihiko.
We'll see about that.
So, Akihiko will join later, I take it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so... Wait, didn't the investigation team have its own arcana in 4?
Yes.
Like, separate from the Fool, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Correct. Well, the fool was you.
Right.
The entire investigation team, I think, had the judgment arcana.
Yeah, I think that's right. And, like, that was the guaranteed you're going to max this out eventually thing.
Yeah, because that was associated with story progression.
Can I... Okay, good. I can save first.
Okay. It is getting a little
Yeah.
late, so I think I'm going to skedaddle.
I
You're a couple hours in.
I
You're
was
like 2.5 hours in.
I was gonna stop anyway for now because it is late, but I would like to continue this, and having you along on voice is kind of nice for this.
Well, that'd be fine. I would be more than happy to join along. You're more than happy to invite other people as well.
I know.
But I'm gonna skedaddle.
Yeah,
Have fun.
I'm ending as well.
Oh no, that's a big yawn. Alright, bye.
Bye.